what that sound means. That sound means it's time to crown a winner of Group C.
It is indeed. We saw Flash over Classic in the first match, and Soulkey is back, defeating Sky-High 2-0 in the second.
Looking pretty good, too.
Oh, yeah, he was looking mighty fine with that macro. But will it be enough to go up against Flash in the winners match up next?
I'm not so sure, man. Flash, with the whole team behind him, you know, one of the best teams in Korea, the winning team of Pro League. He's having so much practice, having, you know, a lot of more experience recently in televised matches, especially going overseas just recently. Soulkey, man, I worry for him here. Well, I mean, he's still in the winners match, but can he take a game off Flash here? I'm not so sure.
In my opinion, this is the matchup that he's been practicing, like the only matchup. I'm sure he looked at this and was like, okay, I'm going to beat Sky-High, and then I'm going to beat Flash, and that's how I'm going to do it. And I mean, he went through so many Terrans in the qualifier to this. He's had a lot of practice, had a lot of experience recently.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's feeling pretty good, and I'm pretty happy that he's up against Flash.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. You know, if he can win the same matchup twice, if he's only practiced one matchup, that would be a great way out of this group. Just cruise on through.
Ooh, Catalina for the first map. I don't know. I don't like this map for Soulkey, though.
Yeah, that's not going to make things a lot tougher. He looks very focused, man. Soulkey looks like he's like on his last life here. Like he's got to fail, or he's got to stop himself from failing no matter what.
Yeah, he is looking very, very focused. He's not going to be happy until he is a winner, and he's out of this bracket into the round of 8. But I mean, this map against Flash, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
It's going to be a tough one, Moonway. Let's go into game number 1: Flash versus Soulkey, the winners match of Group C for the HOT6 Cup. You guys voted him in. He is
KT Roaster Flash.
to the top of the map. Teamless.
Soulkey.
Looking for a team, looking strong as well. If he can beat Flash, hopefully those offers come rolling in. Because he is still a top Zerg of Korea, no doubt about that.
Former best Zerg in the world, a lot would say.
Yeah, I would say that on a good day, Soulkey could very well be the best Zerg in the world. It has been a while since we've seen his good days there.
Yeah. He and Roro were on top for a while, though.
Yeah. Roro retired.
Yeah.
Saddest thing in the world, actually.
Sad. Soulkey leaving SKT, for me, almost as sad. I hope he finds a good home. Things are going well for Rain so far on MYI, so.
Yeah. These positions kind of good for Soulkey. I mean, it means if there's going to be a Reaper opening, which there should certainly be, it'll be actually it's not going to be. It's going to be CC first. But if it was a Reaper opening, the other position would be much better for Flash.
Yeah, well, Reaper openings are much more common than CC first on this map,
Especially this map, yeah. It's so you can get a Reaper into the opponent's main so quickly, and you can do a lot of drone damage with the Reaper this early. But I like this choice as well, Flash. It suits Flash's style. And I'm pretty sure Soulkey would not really be expecting it, considering he did go for a 15 pull, which is kind of probably why he went for the 15 pull to deal with maybe an early Reaper, maybe an early cheese.
Yeah.
This is certainly the map for it.
You can see a lot of stats down here for Flash and Soulkey. Soulkey winning overall in those outside of the GSL, but in GSL this year, Flash was able to take a 2-1, or excuse me, a 2-0 over Soulkey. Just an interesting stat to keep in mind. That was from the round of 32.
Yeah. Flash getting that scout.
That was back when Soulkey was a little bit more on point too than he is now.
Yeah.
Arguably, I mean, we don't really know, but
well, I mean, Soulkey had that warm-up match against Sky High. I'm going to call it a warm-up match. I think he's ready now. I think we'll really see a good game from both of these guys.
And SV trying to escape across the map from those earliest will be successful. Bunker queued up now. And unfortunately for Soulkey, he scouted the wrong direction, so he's not going to know about the build for a little while longer. Not much a Zerg would like to do to punish, but could be greedy as a result instead of playing safe.
The Zergling's out of position here because he is waiting for a Reaper, and if he sees a Reaper in the main, he will run to the natural of Flash to cancel the CC or harass the SCV. But unfortunately for him, it is a CC first. It's already finished.
Yep, the factory's even started by now, so he doesn't have any information just yet. That Overlord is so far away. Both Overlords, in fact. This is another one of the annoying things about this map for Zerg. It's so tough to scout a Terran if you scout wrong, because your overlords just take eons to get across this map at these positions. And it's a bit rough. So he's totally in the dark for now.
Totally in the dark, but you know, he's still got a little bit of time before he really needs to get a decent scout off of what exactly Flash is doing. It's the hardest game in the world if you do not get a decent Overlord scout off or a decent scout at all with any sort of unit, because Terran have a lot of different ways of going about their early to mid game openings. They can go for a 2cc and go for a timing attack into a late 3rd cc, then go for early 3rd cc, which would be more macro, which means Soulkey can power more, get that 3rd base up and running a lot safer. It's a lot of different timings here that Soulkey has to be very careful about.
There's double fact builds, you know. There's Banshee builds like we saw in the last game with Sky High. There's a lot of things to be careful of.
That's right.
I see a quick tech lab going down here, which means we might see a starport added right next to that factory in a second here.
Looking at the build, I think we're going to see like an early stim, perhaps.
Yeah, 2 barracks actually being added. I kind of missed that.
Yeah,
so
we're going to see like a 2-base sort of timing, which is going to be very, very good considering there are no overlords in position to get any sort of decent scout off of what exactly Flash is going to go. Soulkey would probably be assuming that Flash would go for like a fast 3rd CC because it is Flash and he loves to macro and he loves to just use his mechanics, which he is so damn good at.
Double reactor on those barracks as well, so he's going to have a ton of Marines coming out here very, very soon, very early.
I think we're definitely going to see a pretty early armory go down as well, and a bit of a Hellbat bio timing.
Yep, we've seen this a lot. Really, really strong. Ever since that Hellbat change where you don't need to upgrade the transformation servos, all you need is the armory.
You know what, Soulkey going through this very, very interesting opening again. Only 2 bases, no 3rd base at 6, nothing like that.
And the 3 gases instead of 4.
3 gas, going into a later 4th, getting a fairly early Baneling Nest and going for that early Muta style again. I kind of like it. It was a bit wonky, a bit weird. It'll definitely throw off a Terran because they'll be used to something completely different. But we'll have to wait and see what it's going to do against a 2-base timing, which is exactly what Flash has planned here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really fast stem. 5 Marines at a time being rallied out now. He's going to have medevacs with this, of course, as well. And that can also give him some potential for drops. Can heal the Hellbats.
8 Banelings here. Hang on. This, I don't know if this is going to be good either for Soulkey. He's going to go for a bit of a bust. But when it's a 2-base, busting a 2-base is not usually a good thing, because
especially not when someone's going for a timing where they have a ton of units.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to be very, very hard to do damage because there's already so many units down. Look how many Hellions there are. They're just going to wipe out all the Zerglings at this point.
I'm not even sure why Soulkey is fighting this.
Oh,
I don't know why he did that.
Big mistake there.
And now, I mean, the Banelings, if they kill the depots, they kill the depots, but so what if they don't get anything after that?
Supply blocked. Yeah, he should not be going for anything at this point. Once he's seen that many Hellions, I mean, at the very least, he's going to see too many vacs and a lot of Marines. And he's going to be like, well, crap, I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
I wish I had those Banelings at home right now, not having them all dead.
Yeah, and Flash is going to follow up with his standard sort of timing attack, which he had planned all along.
These Banelings are, rather, excuse me, these Zerglings are going to slow this down a little bit, which that's one small victory here for, excuse me, for Soulkey.
I kind of think that Flash went for this build simply because he saw what Soulkey did last game, and it was that wonky, like, 2-base sort of style. He's like, well, you know what? If I go for a 2-base myself and go for this kind of timing attack, he's simply not going to have enough units on the ground because he's going to be investing in the Mutalisks. And if he doesn't, I mean, like he can deny the 3rd base, or he can go for the kill into the natural, which I think he might be planning to do here.
Yeah.
And Flash, we've seen before, he loves to split very, very well here. Let's see if he can do it this time.
So far, so good. Hellbats here at the front doing so much damage. Even one Hellion left in Hellion mode, getting a nice lineup.
Yeah,
looks like more of a coincidence than anything else, but works in his favor. And he's just pushing all the way for the kill, like you said, going right into that natural. Hellbats here at the front doing so much extra AoE damage. The splits here are pretty decent.
Just absolutely perfect splits at this point. And I mean, Soulkey,
there's no more Banelings here. He's got like 3 more.
If he gets a decent hit on the Marines, he can clean this up. And he might be okay from this because his 3rd base is completely unscathed. And Mutas, they probably will not be able to chase down a Medivac.
What I like about this for Flash, you know, even though he didn't get critical damage done, is that he forced a ton of units out, which means he has a pretty competitive worker count. It's 43 to 44 right now with all the larva spent on these, but he can't lose these medevacs.
No, he cannot.
He will save them. But now he's in a great spot harvester-wise. He's going to be able to shut down this counterattack easily. But Soulkey has that 3rd base up safely, unscathed. He could send some drones over there as soon as he makes them, but he's actually making more and more lings and more banelings, and he's got baneling speed finishing up right now, so maybe he just wants to continue the attack.
Yeah, he wants to kill at this point, and there's no third CC for Flash either, so he's in a bit of a rough position himself. He's going to be simply making nothing but units here. He's going to finish the block off at his ramp, which he needs now, because here it comes.
He needs
the
it
attack.
yesterday, man. It's coming right now, this attack, and this commander does not wall this off. He does not have enough units here, and there's no wall.
There is not enough units whatsoever here, and everything's going to get wiped out at this point. A lot of Marines coming from the main, though.
More and more banelings morphing, 10 more banelings right at his doorstep after he deals with these, which he's not dealing with very well. And this actually could be too much damage here. Going right into the natural. The Mutalisks are uncontested. CC goes down without a cancel. He can dance his Zerlings at this point. SCV is coming off the line to get blown up here, and there's just way too much damage being done.
Yeah, this is a great counterattack from Soulkey. 20 supply lead at this point. He cannot overcommit. He only has a few mutas and a few Zerlings left, but he did some great damage. 14 SCVs went down overall. 12
He's just going to keep attacking. He's just going to keep attacking until he wins or he dies.
And I think that's probably the best choice, considering how small the bio is at this point.
And Soulkey has just the right amount of economy to keep rallying his units. He doesn't have a good economy, but he doesn't need it. This is all he needs to make just constant units to constantly harass Flash and wear him down. That Hellbat is doing a lot for Flash here, especially with that medevac healing.
It tanked everything. Oh my god.
Worker count still only at 44 here for Soulkey, but he did stop Flash from getting that third CC, don't forget.
He really needs mutas with these guys. He really needs to help out. And the banelings do not get any hits.
Yeah, the Mutalisks are a bit AFK in the main.
Yeah, that was really strange. I don't know what they were doing exactly, but this is giving Flash another way in. He should be making drones, and he is making drones. 9 on the way with more mutas. And I think at this point, go for mass muta, go for upgrades, just keep him inside the base and 2 base while you fully saturate your third and creep spread out and destroy anything that comes out of that base.
Yep.
That is a safe way to do things.
Capping this production is really nice as well, forcing another turret to be made here. Flash needs his own third CC now, and he doesn't have enough money for it. Probably needs to save up here somehow, but with all these attacks coming, it's scary to do something like that. Stop making it.
Nice trade there.
Flash has an army supply lead, barely, but it's mostly a medevac. His army underneath that is actually pretty weak, pretty flimsy. His medevacs are so exposed too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Flash is in a horrible position from here. 25 supply lead for Soulkey. He is finally droning up that third base well and proper. Getting carapace as well. Yeah, I'm liking where he is. The only advantage Flash really has is the +1 upgrade. That is going to be finishing pretty soon here, which might open him up for another bit of an attack. But I think it's going to be a last-ditch effort at this point, and I think Soulkey should be ready for it.
Yeah, Soulkey's just getting a lot of damage done with these mutas, killing a refinery at this point.
14 banelings on the way. 18.
18. He's going to have plenty. This is so awkward for Flash. If he can deal with the banelings, this army will crush anything it faces because of all the medevac healing. But the baneling burst damage is what he really needs to be concerned about. Because baneling burst doesn't care about medevacs. Look at this positioning with this Mutalisks. He's just cutting them right in half every time.
Yeah.
There's reinforcements catching Hellbats.
The more Hellbats he gets, the better. I mean, it's going to make these banelings so much stronger. Army supply.
Flash is turning all the way around just to chase these Mutalisks.
Yeah. Oh, if he gets the
Widowmine
as well. Very, very important kills here.
Gonna get maybe another medevac, Marine or 2.
It's like
delayed this push
mutas, man.
so much, and that's exactly what it looks like, man. Brewers StarCraft 1 mutas. We know Soulkey's been playing a little bit of that game recently too.
That's very true.
All right, gonna pick off another medevac here. And suddenly the big advantage that Flash had with all these medevacs is starting to wear down. The baneling count is at 31, and he's still down to 32 harvesters with no third CC in sight. His chances of winning this game are severely diminished. They look weaker and weaker every second.
Yeah, here comes the banelings. Can we start trading here? Gotta be careful not to go too far off creep. And cleaning up that main drop, very, very important here. Only one place to defend from. 40 supply lead. He's got the economic lead, he's got the production.
All he has to do is fight. That might not be the best way to do it, but...
Oh, he can just wipe this out at this point.
He just needs to bring the rest of his Banes and go for it. He's got mutas to clear up the medevacs. This is going to be easy.
Absolutely easy.
Splits or no splits, it doesn't matter here. GG.
GG, Soulkey taking the first game.
1 game away from taking that first place in the group.
Oh, man, I'm excited.
The first and only Zerg in the round of 8.
We need at least one Zerg Wolf. Just one. Let it be Soulkey.
I want to remind everybody, this was recently announced, but this tournament does award WCS points as well for next year.
Very, very important if they want to go to BlizzCon. And I'm pretty sure after seeing last BlizzCon, they will absolutely want to go.
Well, Soulkey, for example, is looking for going to a foreign team. He wants to join a foreign team, which means he wants to travel. That alone says he's liking the foreign scene, he's liking the foreign fans. Going to BlizzCon probably pretty important for him, right?
Yeah.
And if you're trying to join a new team, your BlizzCon point count is definitely going to be important. You get a player who's got more WCS points, they're probably more likely to travel often, probably more likely to see more fans, you know, sponsors like stuff like that, probably more likely to go to BlizzCon.
No doubt about that.
Man, looking pretty impressive in that game. Merry-Go-Round is the map that Flash chooses.
Okay, all right.
I like this choice for Flash's style in this matchup.
Yeah.
More than Nimbus.
Yeah, I like this style. I like this map for Flash as well. You know, it's a decent Terra map. Very, very hard to hold a fourth in this map as a Zerg. Very, very open map as well. Good for Hellion harassment. Good for Hellion Banshee. We see some of that.
Yeah. Flash looking a little shaken actually, which is uncharacteristic of them. Soulkey has had the same facial expression all day. Hasn't changed it.
Very determined. I feel like because he hasn't found a team yet, you know, he has to start producing results here if he's going to find a team. So I'm sure a lot of pressure on him.
Certainly is. Pressure might get relieved if he can just win one more game and take first place as the first Zerg to advance to the round of 8. Top right, in the red.
KT roster Flash.
The Michael Jordan of RTS. Let's hope he doesn't retire anytime soon. An icon for esports. And to the top left in teal, currently teamless, one win away from first place.
Soulkey.
One more win, and the Zergs of the world will be happy. He's in pretty good form here.
Yeah, I'd say a win here, taking out Flash 2-0. More than the Sky High story, but still getting out of the group in first place, taking out 2 strong Terrans, one Terran very strong, would definitely, I think, take away some of that, you know, concern that Zerg fans and Soulkey fans have of, I don't know, is he in a slump? Is, you know, what's going on with him? Is he going to be able to find a team? I'm really concerned. You know, taking a good position in this group, I think, would alleviate a lot of that stress for those fans out there wondering about Soulkey's future.
It would, absolutely. CC first. 4 Flash, Hatch first, of course. 4 Soulkey on this map.
What do you think about these spawning locations?
I like it for Soulkey because he can take a third base far away. He doesn't have to take the middle base.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Flash was in the bottom position, he would have had to take the kind of like the middle third base, which is kind of awkward, I feel. Very hard to creep spread out there, and I mean it's kind of a pretty decent attacking point.
So on this base, I just want to make sure, because I know you're a Zerg pro and you've got a lot more insights into this than I do. Fourth base wise, do you take the base next to your main, or do you take the base that's kind of up on that high ground? Which one do you think is safer?
You'd usually take the one, like the middle one, because the one that is on the high ground is kind of so siegeable from below, and like they can do fairy drops from the middle, from the watchtower. Like it is such a hard base to defend against. But yeah, you really want to take the further one way and the middle one, and get creep spread out to both of them. And it's a lot easier, but not the easiest.
Yeah.
We did see Gas first before pool for Soulkey, so he's going to go for those early speedlings again, which is good on this map. Kind of a risk though, because this map is also very, very popular for 2 proxy racks.
Yeah, this is definitely true. Luckily for him, he's not up against that. The speed is going to give him a lot of early control over the map as well, especially versus such an aggressive econ opening from Flash. Do you feel like Soulkey might decide to, I mean, obviously he's taking a bit of a different approach in the early game. Do you think he might decide to do that 2-base with the early Baneling Nest into Spire again?
Maybe, but I mean, he does see a CC first, so I wouldn't blame him for going for you know, a standard sort of 6-minute third base. Once he's got his speed online, like he has kind of the map control for now. He knows that everything's going to come out a little bit later for Flash because he went for CC first. Wouldn't be a bad idea, I think. But the style has been working for Soulkey, so I wouldn't argue it if he chose to do it as well.
All right, here come those lings. No speed just yet. Might run past the bunker since there's only one Marine there. Good reaction there, knowing that.
Oh, if he cancels the reactor, that's absolutely amazing.
He's going to get this Marine, I feel. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, he should get it. Get a trade, a couple of Zergs for it.
About an even trade there, 50 minerals for 50 minerals. And also the lost mining time here, plus the scout. Everything's going all right.
Ooh,
quick Baneling and that early gas.
Ooh, we're going to see an all-in from Soulkey. He's going to go try and Baneling bust this. He wants to try and make this happen before any Hellions come out, though. He might have to deal with a couple.
Yeah.
But I'm liking this idea.
If he could have only gotten in before those depots were up with a few Zerglings, harass, make sure those Hellions can't come out easily. But
the best thing would have been if those Zerglings were waiting for the reactor to, the factory to lift, and he just hides under the reactor for as long as he can.
Yeah. That's what I was feeling as well. It could have been something that he does. We see is also the tech lab is going down, so that's again less marine build time. So there's very few units out on the map right now. 6 Banelings already on the way, and just speedlings, and more speedlings is what we're going to see. That speedling all in is so scary. As soon as that Overlord's done, as soon as that larva pops out, more and more speedlings just going to be routed across the map. Every 50 minerals he has is going to go on a pair of Zerglings. Third CC going up here for Flash 2 is not going to be what he wants.
This is going to be gross here.
And the Hellions are out of position as well. Oh, no. Bunker goes down in seconds. SCVs immediately pulled. And if he races the depot, he's going to have to sack those SCVs. They're not going to escape.
Oh,
this could get caught.
This could do good here. He has to kill these Banelings because they're going to try go up the ramp here, get rid of the supply depot.
Oh, he needs to hit that depot right now before it gets repaired, and he barely does not break through.
Oh, no. But he can get these 2 Hellions, which are going to be very important. Oh, but there's still just too much damage here from the extra Hellions. I don't know.
That one Hellion that was repaired by the SCVs as well did so much damage, and he's making a Roach Warren for the follow-up. The Roach Warren could be good, but it's very expensive. He's super all-in at this point.
Yeah, he needs at least 5 Banes to pop this
But he's supply blocking Flash quite heavily, which is really going to hinder his ability to continue to make units.
Oh man, that is 4 Hellions. That's going to be so hard to kill with what Soulkey has here.
I'm surprised he actually goes in for this, but he's going to get the surround. Oh, not quite. That one Zergling wasn't participating in the fight. Could have helped that surround. He's trading here. If he gets the barracks, I would stop Stim.
Oh, it would.
Maybe going for the barracks could have been a better choice here for the Roach follow-up. Bunker's already being made. He knows something like this Roach follow-up is going to happen. He knows how all-in Soulkey is at this point.
I think, yeah, he should be going for Widow Mines after these last 2 Hellions. I'm sure he'll put down a scan maybe at the natural here and get an idea of what's going on. He'll get the drone count of the natural, which is very important. But yeah, he needs Widow Mines very, very soon.
I don't think Soulkey can make this work. Do you?
Nope. I think it's all about over at this point. It's going to be up to Flash to kind of find out that it is Roaches and then react to it. But even if it is Roaches coming out here, he should be okay.
I think what Flash is thinking is actually that Soulkey's droning. That's why he keeps making Hellions. He just wants to do a Stim Hellion attack and
There's
finish the
the scan
game.
on the natural, and he sees Roaches and he sees minimal drones. He should
start Widow Mines and 2 more bunkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was thinking, Soulkey must be droning, I'll just go kill him. And now he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm still fine.
Looking at, oh no, at the natural, I don't know about this. This could actually be a problem for Flash.
The bunkers at the natural being far away from the top of the ramp?
Yeah, that's kind of gross because they're not going to finish in time, and he's going to have to get up the top of the ramp to defend this.
Okay, here we go. SCV is being targeted down right away here by these Roaches. There's just so much Hellion damage, though, man. I don't know. The AoE, even though it's not good against Roaches, the AoE adds up.
Oh,
I think he's fine here.
Yeah, I think so. I wasn't expecting Stim to be ready at that time, and I thought
cool
he might.
idea, but
if he like, I was thinking maybe if he used those Banelings on the building bunkers, he could have like got rid of them in time. But looks like he's still going to try. He's going to go for more Banelings.
Yeah.
But here, finally, the
Widow Mines, a 3rd bunker. I think Flash is actually going to be fine. Yeah. I think he's doing everything correctly.
Yeah, he should be stabilizing.
Scans again, and he's like, all right.
Very smart.
Might even make another bunker on top of all of this.
Might as well.
All he has to do is survive.
All you have to do, yeah. That's still a lot of Roaches there.
Widow Mine shot, not the best here.
Ooh.
And a few Banelings sneak in. They all get targeted by that Widow Mine. Bunker finishes. Just needs to kite back a little bit more, repair that bunker. Widow Mine's here. Will they get canceled down? Can Soulkey make this work? Oh my goodness, it could happen. That one Baneling getting some decent shots as well.
Oh no.
What are we seeing? More and more Banelings morphing here in the natural, and I think he might actually pull it off.
It looks like he will.
He might. I'm speechless. I would have never thought in a million years he'd be able to break through this.
Oh, that Widow Mine shot. Getting rid of some very, very important Banelings, but every SCV is going down the main.
GG! Soulkey 4-0s the group and moves out in 1st place.
We have a Zerg in the round of 8. Let us all celebrate. Very, very impressive play from Soulkey here, especially defeating Flash 2-0.
Yeah.
Wow. A great follow-up there with the Roaches and Flash, just reacting a little too late. I feel like if he had a couple more Widow Mines,
Flash is out of there.
He's raged, man. He had to get out. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow, I'm happy, man. I'm so happy.
I'm happy and sad. I'm conflicted. I would like to see Flash in the round of 8 as well, but you know
he's still got another chance. Don't worry
he
about
does,
that. Wolf.
and I just don't like how those games ended up. You know, it was a bit rough for him, especially the second game there.
Yeah, it was a great sort of all in from Soulkey, but he got defeated. Like the first attack just got destroyed essentially with his 4 Hellions.
The Widow Mines were so late. The bunkers on the top of the secondary ramp was risky, but I was kind of okay with it. But he didn't have enough Widow Mines. The Hellions just can't fight against Roaches, and the Widow Mines are going to do decently against Banelings and Lings as well.
Yeah, it's just a late Marauder production, maybe a late scan. If he scanned just a little bit early, like the first scan from his new CC, that would have given him enough time to be like, oh, okay, it is actually going to be Roaches, or it's going to be another all-in. I have to start making even more defenses.
Yeah.
And maybe it would have been a little bit better against it, because he definitely had the advantage in economy, and he just had to make the right units, I feel.
We're gonna have an interview, of course, with Soulkey, our first player to get out of Group C today. In just a moment here, pretty much ready, and we're jumping to it. All right, let's see what Soulkey's got to say. Everyone said you were an easy opponent, but you showed us you weren't so easy. I feel pretty happy, of course. And he's of course advanced to the next round.
그 미리 사전 인터뷰를 보니까 2014년을 보내며 망했다라고 이야기를 했어요. 스스로 그렇게 표현을 했는데 그 이유가 있다면요?
일단 그냥 제 개인적인
said 2014 was basically over.
좀 못 낸 것 같아요.
Why'd you say that? I'm not really.
좀 그게 많이 아쉬워서.
He's not really satisfied.
잘하려고요.
네.
And he has a lot of regrets for the tournaments that he played in this year. He felt like he didn't get the results he wanted.
어떻게 준비하신 거예요?
좀 생각을 좀 많이
So you were really
했는데
aggressive today, even at the early stages of the game.
다른
How'd you
패턴으로 하는 게
prepare?
좋을 것 같아서 여러 가지로 좀 빌드를 많이 준비했어요.
All my opponents really already know about my game style, so I wanted to play a different style than what they're used to. And Soulkey is known to do things like this. We've seen him 6-pool, for example, on big maps, like Frost in the past.
계속해서 찌를 준비를 하고 있었는데 이런 식으로 연습을 많이 하는 건가요?
You usually play late game and you're really good at defense.
방송에서는 확실히 공격적인 게 좀 잘 먹히는 것 같아서
So you practice aggressive styles, it
오늘은
seems
좀
like.
공격적으로 했어요.
그 준비해온 것이
And yeah,
성공하면서
of course,
8강에 올라갔군요.
because everyone knows my style, everyone knows me as a defender. So this time I wanted to be the attacker
초반에 준비했던 저울링 맹독충이
and play a different
아무것도
style.
하지 못하고 잡혔어요. 그때 심정이 어땠고 어떻게 풀어나갈 생각이었는지 좀 듣고 싶은데요.
진짜 망했다고 생각은 했는데
So
후속
he was really disappointed.
다시 한번 운을 노려야겠다,
No,
나의
the
운을
question was.
믿어야겠다라고 생각하고 했거든요. 근데 어떻게 운이 좋게 잘 된 것 같아요.
네, 유일한
He's disappointed about something, but he feels like it's all going to be okay.
8강에 올라갔습니다. 8강에 올라가서 이제 상대가 정해져야 되는데 개인적으로는 어떤 선수가 올라왔으면 좋겠습니까?
저 하재성 선수요.
하재성 선수. 그 이유는요?
You're going to meet the player who gets second place in Group D,
and
he wants to meet Terminator, of course.
붙으면 무조건 이긴다.
하재상만 오면은 그냥 올라가기 때문에 하재상 선수가 여기서 밑받침이 좀 해줬으면 좋겠다.
저의 부활을 좀 밑받침이 돼줬으면 좋겠어요.
근데 대신에 그러려면 이겨야 되잖아요. 이게 올라가야 되는데 하재상 선수가 D조에서 살아남을 확률은
He
어느 정도
hopes he supports him to advance the next round. In this case, basically what he's saying is he hopes that he gets second place in Group D.
그럼 끝으로 뭐 각오보다도 하재상 선수에게 한 말씀 해주세요. 열심히 해서 나랑
So he hopes
붙자.
Terminator practices enough
16강
so that he can get second place.
열심히 해서 8강에서 멋지게 붙었으면 좋겠습니다.
평소에 친분이 있는 건가요? 하재상 선수와?
친분이 있어요.
He says, what are some words for Terminator? He says, please practice hard. It'd be really good if you could actually get out of your group and move on to the round of 8.
감사합니다.
김민철 선수가 적으로 처음.
And they say congratulations to him. He says, thank you very much. And that's going to conclude the first part of this group. We've still got another player to decide.
We do. Is it going to be Flash, Classic, or Sky High?
Well, first we got to find out whether Classic or Sky High is going to get eliminated in that losers match we've got coming up next.
I was not expecting a TVT, actually.
No.
No. Going to be very interesting there. Oh, wait.
It won't necessarily be a TVT. Don't get ahead of ourselves.
Let me slow down.
Especially most people, I think, would highly favor Classic in this losers
I
match.
would definitely favor Classic. Sorry, yeah, Classic versus Sky. I don't know why I was thinking of Flash versus Sky High.
Well,
already.
everybody's wanting to see TVTs. I don't blame you, man. We could see one today if Sky High is able to advance.
Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll find out.
We'll have to wait and see, because before that match, we're going to have a commercial break. See you guys in just a few.